Stop it! Stop it!
Liver product है अपना liver. Liver.
Stop it! Stop it!
Rohan. Come on. We'll go inside. This has Gumara, you have Rocky chase, right? Stay with this.
Mansi Papa. Mansi Papa.
Okay. Sure. We just
Still Ronak Papa. At least better version. Ronak Papa. At least better version. This is better than that. Roshni Papa. Socks good.
Hello everyone. Who's excited?
Woo!
Did you had an energy drink? Double X? B vitamin? Once again, who's excited?
Woo!
Alright, this is proudly sponsored, this is Arun Kumar Khai, proudly sponsored by Kaundinya, part of Ravi and Neelima, part of Murthy and Sridevi, all the way up to Raj and Sunita Nambiar. Excited for Houston Pace today. I guess this would be one of the best Pace meetings. We are having a good line of speakers to learn up with. Of course, to start off with the Pace, Pace is nothing but product and system education. And this is probably by this is by Amway, and what we are doing over here is Amway is a company where all the products have been there with the major line of product industries that is healthcare industry, home care industry, and skincare industries. And on the other side, you are also there with BWW, which is the system education, which will help you learn, grow in the business when you are along with yourself. So you are not by yourself, but so. With the help of Amway and BWW together under one roof, you are able to learn all the new learnings about the products and all the work ethics in the business. Coming next, how about a joke? So, teacher, there is a teacher and a student. So teacher asks. Our topic for today is photosynthesis. So teacher asks the student, "What is photosynthesis, class?" So one of the student answers that photosynthesis is our topic today. That is what they say. I guess the joke went off. But another joke once again. Teacher said John is climbing a tree to pick some mangoes. So she asks to begin the sentence with mangoes. So students just cleverly answers that mangoes. John is climbing to pick you. He just started the sentence with mangoes. That's it. Okay.
This is too technical.
So what's new in the business is the first of all product launch is the Glister Fresh Bundle with the Glister Travel Bag, which is being launched. It will be there until 3 months, I guess. Yeah, and then other thing is the entering into the sweepstakes, which is going on until the next month, which would be the retail value will be 1700 worth dollars of products, and you will be getting a free PV or BV. You just need to add an item. It's 118438 code, product code, to every order which you are when you are ordering the items. And one other another product newly launched is the Pakarap bundle for especially Valentine's Day. You can just promote it to the customers, and then first of all to the space. One of the important person is the timer. Today the timer is Tarun. So to talk about Tarun, he observes each and every moment of the upline to learn each and every stuff, whatever they are doing. No matter, he's a hard worker and helping the team out. We can see that they are coming up with a bigger team. Help me welcome Tarun.
Folks, Tarun and Shruti, it's proud to be sponsored by Sugar. We'll be showing your time on the phone, and after your time is over, there will be a small alarm, there will be beeping sound. So please be on time because we are excited about the training. With that, back to Osmos.
Alright, guys, moving on to the next speakers is the My Health range of products. To talk about this couple, Vivek and Sridevi, they're hitting into the zone. He having a PhD on a side, which gives the credibility. Apart from his profession, he's also determined enough to build up this business along with coming up with Gen Y team. So we can see the dance moments onto the VW stages along with the Gen Y team, right? So he's building up in a very fast track way. Help me welcome Vivek and Sridevi.
Thank you for those awesome words, Tarun. Who is excited today? Hi folks, this is Vivek and Sridevi again, proudly sponsored this business by phenomenal couple, Murthy and Sridevi couple. Our topic today is my health range of products, which especially we are going to talk about the kids vitamins. Before that, I will make my wife talk what kind of vitamins we have in our business, so that I will go in detail.
Hi, this is Vivek and Sridevi Shekhar, proudly sponsored by Murthy and Sridevi couple. We are talking about today is kids vitamins. These kids vitamins are utilized in this business. We have multi-tots and kids brainium and vitamin C. The brainiums are two types: fruit punch and strawberry flavor, and probiotic and fruits and vegetable vitamins also we have. In this multi-tot vitamins is halal and kosher certified. They have iron and zinc and calcium in these vitamins. With that, he will explain.
Thank you, Sridevi. So, as she briefly explained, we have different kinds of vitamins in our business. Okay. Especially in vitamins category, we have multi-tots with a brand name. So the thing is, we use the double X vitamins, right, for adults basically. So basically, this multi-tots is the I would say smaller version of the double X, I would say. It has everything, almost everything, but they have included 15 main vitamins, and minerals in this particular bottle for kids especially, right? So it's good that they have made it available for the kids also. But why do we need to take vitamins for kids, right? And if you really think, uh, kids do not have that kind of efficiency as adults to process and make some of these vitamins in their body, right? And also, if you really think an example, right? So when you actually grow some plants in the backyard, right? So you plant them in the regular soil in the backyard, whatever place you find, you just put the plant there. But it may not grow actually as efficiently as we imagine, right? There are a couple of reasons. One is either you did not plant the water, right? I mean, you did not water the plant, or you don't have good soil there. The soil is not fertile there. So what do? You go buy some organic stuff from the store, either Home Depot or other store, right? And then so you combine, you know, you keep the soil organic, non-organic. So you will see dramatic change in the growth of the plant, right? I mean, similarly, actually, we can do that analogy for our own kids also. So because they don't eat food very well, or because they don't eat proper food, we cannot expect them have every vitamin in their body, right? So that's why we need to give as supplements all these materials. Okay, so that is very very important. So, so why are we talking? Yeah, of course they are organic, unlike many other products out there in the market. Ours is organic completely. And the good thing is they actually made kids-friendly vitamins because if you give vitamin as it is, they may not be able to take it because they add some flavor to that. Okay, flavor is if they smell that flavor, they will definitely take it immediately. The second thing is they made it a little bit sweetened, so they use some artificial sweetener there, which is called gelatin. Okay, gelatin is not that bad. It would actually help. It would help to stop the decay of the food, basically. So it doesn't hurt actually. Kids eat these vitamins, right? And as she briefly mentioned, they are all halal and kosher certified. So any uh, people from any race, any region or working place, they all can use these vitamins without any doubt. Okay. So I think okay. So one of the questions people may ask, so why do we need to give my kid because he's already eating a lot of stuff? Do I need to still give? Even though they eat a lot of other food that has rich sources of other vitamins, some some of the food items would still lack some of the important minerals. For example, iron. Iron containing food normally kids they don't take, they don't eat properly. So iron is essential as you know because it actually helps in the formation of hemoglobin, which is very very important to blood formation. Right? So for that reason, we need to give iron also as a supplement, so which is already available in this vitamin mixture. Okay, so there are a lot of advantages if you really take these vitamins and give the kids every day on daily basis. Also, if you take excess vitamins, also it's not good. So that's the reason company made exact ratio of all this. They call percentage daily. Right? If you read some of the label, they mention percentage daily. The percentage daily is actually perfect for kids in this body. So with that, we are done. Thank you for the opportunity, both LCA, and we are going to have a bunch of prospects for the next meeting. So it's a done deal. Thanks again, and back to awesome host Tarun.
Wow, so much information. What a preparation from Vivek and Sridevi. Another round of applause, please. Any two testimonies?
Like Vivek also mentioned that kids are always very fussy in taking a lot of fruits and vegetables. So this is one good source, and as they are organic, and plus they don't have any artificial sweetener, so that's a big thing that we give to the kids without any.
Sugar sells a lot of kids, right?
Yeah, more than that, in fact, everybody knows Mansi, how much she eats. Only snacks, I would say, she eats the multivitamin and the premiums. So I'm so happy, at least she's eating that healthy vitamins. So yeah, that's the testimony.
How do you sell it? How do you
Yeah, mouth open, right? So I just do the testimony of our kids that they never fall sick and things like that. That's the aspect of it. So.
And she also asked, do your kids eat properly? Most of the moms say no, they don't eat. That's why you need to give vitamins. That's it.
And kids will actually ask Then
And we cry for vitamins. You have to hide it and keep it.
So
You
that's
don't
good.
have to have kids, but you can still serve. If somebody has kids.
Sure, sure. Wow, those are great testimonies.
in fact, even adults can take it to some people I approach, they say I'm very bad at taking vitamins, they can't swallow or things like that. So I recommend even kids vitamins also, you can take, it's a chewable, right? They can enjoy.
Later we'll give a test.
So John and I are discussing saying, is the kids vitamin for us or for us to sell? They are in between kind of kids or which vitamins to take?
Meera has a joke to share.
Sure, sure.
Come on, Mela.
Okay, how about a joke? Might be this is a riddle. Okay, that's fine. What has rivers with no water, forests but no trees, and cities with no buildings? What has rivers with no water, forests with no trees, and cities with no buildings? What do you call it?
Feel
A map.
Wait, Meera, go.
Yes, come on.
What do you call a face with hands? Only hands.
Face palm.
Only hand? What is it that has only face with
face
only
with
hands?
Face with only hands. Smile.
What is it? Smile. Smile and take. Okay, you
okay,
can turn on.
1, 2, 3. Now you can
Toughest riddle we ever had.
Wow, Meera, that was so tricky.
All right, guys. Moving on. Next range of speakers is on. The topic is on myself range of products. This is one more skincare range of products in our business. This artistry is very much well known brand in our business. So to talk upon this, Prakash and Anu are over here. So to talk about this couple. They are just setting up a great example with persistence and consistency of work ethic. Prakash getting more numbers and weekdays in spite of having a couple of two twins at home.
Twins?
Two
One
twins.
only. One only. It used to be 4 weeks.
Twins at home. And Anu coming up with creative ideas on setting up events and booths. That's a great serving attitude they have, which defines what they are, which has their team coming up, building up a bigger way. So help me welcome Prakash and Anu.
Awesome, folks. Thank you so much, Tarun, for the awesome words. But that two set twins, that was an expensive wedding. Very expensive. But very excited, folks. I'm going to do the easiest job, pass on to my wife. She's got some excellent preparation. So we're going to talk about not the artistry range today, but we're going to talk about the GNH range of products. Okay. Of course, mostly the IBOs, other IBOs do understand what GNH is, but for the new IBO, okay, this is our new GNH range. Okay. How many of you seen this product? Okay. So I'll let Anu go through basically more into details of these products and do a quick demonstration. But because Amway recently came with this line, completely line. There used to be just bar soaps earlier, okay, which was in glycerin and honey. Okay, so they kind of expanded that into completely, and the old body series, okay, it has been discontinued, right? Okay, so why it has been discontinued? Anybody out there, John? John, right?
Yes.
Yes. Have you seen the out there is a new hype of sulfate free, sulfate free? I don't know. You're too young to know all this, anyways. Who cares? Give me so.
What is sulfate?
This is what is sulfate. Don't teach me chemistry right now. Okay, but anyways, bottom line, it's not good for your health any form, right? So especially not good for skin. Long-term effects are very bad.
Some
Okay.
people get hair fall because of that, because of sulfate in their shampoo or. You have good hair, don't
Yeah, you got much to lose. So I'll let Anup go through it and we'll do a quick demo.
Okay, hello everyone. We are Prakash and Anu. Topic is sponsored by Sanjay and Tutu Individuals and part of Tutor Going Organization of Tarun Misra. And quickly I'll cover about this, what all products are there in GNH. Then we'll see a demonstration as well. In fact, there is a beautiful bundle which was there as introductory bundle, but now it is back. So you can order it. It will contain all the products which are there with GNH, and especially I'm not carrying it, but you get very small travel size body milk and body wash that either you can use to sample out or you can use it while you are traveling. So basically it's personal care, so it includes body wash, body lotion in 2 different fragrance, and then there is bar soap. Some people, they don't prefer gel, so for them it's a bar soap which is similar to what we get like Dove and all. Then another bar soap is glycerin and honey for more sensitive skin. Then we have some hand cream and hand soap, so everything is covered in this. And the best part is this can be used for kids as well. So it's far away for you, but for people who have kids, the job is so easier. While traveling, we don't want to carry multiple our body wash and kids body wash separately. So we have one in all, so all the family is taken care. And as Prakash mentioned, it's sulfate free. Apart from that, it's gluten free, so no wheat derivatives are used in that. And some people, they are very particular about using the products which doesn't have any animal content, or it's not tested on animal due to some religious reason or cultural reason, whatever. They don't want to use any of those products which are tested on animals also. So these products are completely no animal derivatives and not tested on animals. And there is very light scented fragrance in that. And it's completely chemical free, you can say, because it has honey, then palm oil and glycerin. Then there are some orange blossom, and even when they are extracting the honey, they make sure that no bees are harmed. And and we will quickly see a demo with no, I didn't show, I just mentioned. You can show it.
Okay.
And because it is sulfate free, so it's tear free also. So even if it goes to your eyes,
Some things people can use actually hand cream. People can put it on their hands and try it. So we have hand cream. Then this is bar soaps.
and
We
this
done in one
might
minute.
smelling like you can try that.
Then body wash. Okay, this is something we are using right now. And again, you have different bar soaps here. How many? 8, 6, something like that. 6. I would love to pass on this, but I don't want to do the demo right now. You can smell it, but don't do the demo. Okay, then body lotion. Okay. But we'll do a quick demo. Okay. So what we are doing here is, this is tap water. We mix some salt in it. Why salt? Why salt? When we use body wash, with sweat is salt in it, right? So when you're using body wash, you want it to basically wash away the salts. For it to wash away, what should happen first? It should dissolve first. right? Basic things. Okay, so what we'll do is this. How many of you know this brand? Okay, familiar? So what we'll do is this is X brand. Same tap water. Generous amount. This is body. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, and I will.
Olay is considered to be a very costly brand.
It will break it, whatever will happen. This guy will not dissolve. Look at that. This is Olay.
Ole.
And this one is GNH. A lot of it.
Giving his heart to the demo.
Wow. See the difference?
Wow.
See, something cannot dissolve. How will it break your sweat?
Yeah, just leave it for 30 seconds and you can see that that will dissolve completely.
And this one is
solidify more.
solidify more.
Wow. Just like noodles, huh?
Okay. So of course we'll leave it here for you to watch some more. But ideally, why should we leave it anyways? Because we don't apply the body wash and wait for 5 minutes, right? And then wash. Right? So this is something Anu just came across today. Proud of her for doing the research. And my job is good. Okay, folks, we are absolutely excited about this month. Of course, we know BBS is coming. We'll have 2 personal new couples sitting there in the BBS. With this, back to our phenomenal host.
Awesome, Prakash and Anu. It was a good experiment on G&S products. You came up with new ideas of showing us the demo. Okay, another round of applause for How about a joke? Probably testimonies. Any 2 testimonies on G&S?
So we use a body wash. It's pretty good product actually. So we used to use the earlier version.
Body series,
right? So it is better than that. Absolutely. Then it dissolves pretty good, like Prakash demonstrated, and it would be washed away pretty fast. You feel freshness after the bath.
One of the best part of our product is not only the product, it's the entire packaging itself. Our packaging is also having some patent. As a matter of fact, if you use any other outside lotion, because all the skins are getting dry in this season, so it comes always like it's like Niagara Falls. Like it falls and then you have to kind of try to find people to kind of right. So, but eventually the skin becomes very oily. But ours is patented anyway. So the beauty is if you use one a day, our lotion, the cost is $1 per week. I don't think any other brand can beat in price, but quality-wise, we are right up there, one of the top. Right? So personally, I have amazing experience. But again, when you use our product, understand the entire packaging, everything has something to offer. Right? It's not only the product.
If I may add something, of course, one more thing about GNH body wash and all this, especially for people with kids and all, for babies we've been using outside product, it is something which is gentle, much more gentle. GNH you can actually use on babies and kids' skin. Okay. Yeah, Anu already said. Okay, one thing she did not tell is, John and Neha doesn't relate, but babies you can use it for yourself actually. You're still in that age.
In fact, when we went to Achievers, right, they clearly mentioned that this is a product which you can clearly absolutely safe for the babies too. In fact, earlier we had a Cozy Kids in the business, but they got discontinued. This is the kind of replacement that everybody can use it. And how many of you ladies especially missed caramel hand cream? Right now we are not missing it anymore because we are the best of the best at G&H hand cream, right? We love it.
I use the body wash as lotion.
Even if someone has any doubt in the the G&H body wash also, the soap also dissolves along with it.
Right.
We have tested with the Olay soap, right? We can test with the, if you are testing with the G&H soap also, that will work out. That's it. How about a joke? Okay. Probably. A perfect man wakes up at 5 a.m. every day, exercises every day, makes his own bed, cleans his room, works sincerely, does not touch alcohol, helps in the kitchen, does not indulge in the nightlife, is always punctual, prays daily, reads, hits the bed at 9 p.m. sharp. May I know who might be doing this thing?
It doesn't exist.
Probably, where can you find this person in a central city? Yeah, sure. Go ahead. Okay, Meda has another joke. Yes.
Go ahead.
What do you call a snail on a ship?
What?
What do you call a snail on a ship?
People you might know.
Snail on a ship. Floating snail.
Snail ship. Starfish. Shellfish. Snail.
Sundar, you're close.
Shellfish. Starfish.
Kind of like
Huh? Oh, she got it.
What is it?
almost.
Sailing.
Close.
I said sailor, but it's snailer.
Wow.
Okay, Pinu has another riddle.
Yay!
What do you call a line that does not roar?
That's a toy line.
Sea lion.
Yeah, it's sea lion.
Okay, no.
Daddy.
You.
Daddy lion.
Daddy lion. Oh, daddy lion. What is daddy lion?
Dandelion.
Wow, awesome riddles with the kids.
Daddy says he's lion, but he doesn't roar. That's what he says.
If daddy's roar also, nobody's.
Okay, guys, moving on. There is another range of products in our Amway business.
That
That
is
is.
making it more exciting, the kids. You can thank them for going.
Thank you. My home range of products.
Yeah.
Okay. My home range of products from Amway. This line of products are very much useful for everyday persons in their families. No matter how the products are, you can just judge it by. You can just use it and you can judge by yourself. That is what the testimony. The product speaks itself for yourself. And then to talk upon this topic, there is Sada and Naline, another couple coming up. No matter working, doing hard work, and then coming up with driving with kids from KP, having big team in Dallas. I had an opportunity to meet them in Dallas. Had a good time with them. Being in Dallas for a while, it's we know that they have a big team coming around. Please help us welcome Sada and Malini.
Thanks, Arun, and yes, hope I don't think the wrong. Okay. So how everyone doing? Right, and in fact, it's going to be exciting. No, I was excited about this topic. Thanks, Murthy, for giving that opportunity. Oh, thanks. Yeah.
And so we are Sada and Nalini, blessed to be sponsored by Raul and Sejal from Dallas, Texas. Guys, I'm going to talk about a very, I'll say, essential product, okay, that we need to use, in day-to-day basis, e-spring, right? Because I don't know if you drink water. We drink water every day, right? I think if you take this cup of water, right, you smell it, it looks fine, okay, and it looks clear. It's kind of clear water, right? And if you kind of, it tastes okay. It tastes nice, right? So is it a good drinking water? So maybe not. So the reason I'm sharing that is, in fact, eSpring. Let me introduce eSpring. eSpring is a water filtration and purification system. We'll go a little bit deep on that. And the reason I'm sharing that is I was just looking at one article from HoustonTomorrow.org. They are ranking Houston as 95th place out of 100 cities in US in terms of clean water. Okay, and I have one small, this is drinking water quality report from city of Houston, and in their fine print, they clearly mentioned that notice for elderly, infant, cancer patient. So literally, what they're saying is, don't drink this water if you are sick or if you are elderly or infant, right? So maybe we are not fall under that category, but I don't know if you comfortable drinking contaminated water. Right? Not really, right? Maybe if you just pass around, if you want to kind of read that too. Okay, so there's a lot of water filtration system out there, right? You might come across certain, you might even using it right now. Okay, but the difference with eSpring is, as I told you, it's not only filtration but also purification. Okay, and there's a few good purification system in the market, but there is three things significantly distinguish eSpring with any other system. Okay, one is technology. Okay, and then second one is the certification, and third one is the value that eSpring brings to you. Okay, so maybe I'll kind of share a little bit more, and then we're going to have a quick demo after that, right? Okay, so when I talk about technology, right, we're going to see an eSpring full model. I don't have it right here, but it looks something like this. Okay, and it has not only a carbon filter, but also another system called UV light. Okay, and the beauty is both these systems, they filter and purify more than 140 impurities or contaminants. And let me just read it, because it's destroy more than 99.9999% of bacteria, 99.99 of viruses, 99.95 of protozoan. Okay, so I just don't know how to spell that. Okay, but it's some bad stuff. Okay, and so okay, guys. Not only that, even from a technology, they are in a cutting edge. These are one of the first few products they're using a wireless powering system. Maybe if I got chance, I'll show it to you. It's called an e-couple, where the system does not have any electricity going through the filtration system. It's very powerful stuff. And the second is I told about certification, right? I never heard any other water purification system have any type of certification. eSpring have certified by a third party certification from NSF. Okay, certified by NSF, and for it is a carbon filter and also both the water purification filter, and it also certified by Water Quality Association. Okay, on those systems. And so this kind of gives a credibility, right? Because sometimes when you buy certain things, they can claim anything, but is it really worth the claim? And this is a third party validated what MA is claiming is really true. And the third one is the value. So this is the biggest part, right? So what we do normally, I think most of us drink a good quality water. Sometimes we go and buy from bottled water, right? Or we might have a different system at home and things like that. But at what cost, right? eSpring, the first year it will come close to around a little bit more than 60 cents per gallon. Okay, each eSpring can go to 1,320 gallons. It can filter up to that, which is good enough for 1 year for a good four people size family. And the second year, that's the best part. The second year, the price goes to 15 cents per gallon, because you don't need to invest in the system again. It's just the filtration, right? And if you kind of do a three-year ROI, we are talking about 30 cents per gallon, which is like no-brainer if you compare with bottled water, right? And Tarun, we're going to take a few more minutes. We'll do a quick demo. Okay, and then we'll come back. So maybe the people the first time, you can come first, and we're going to do a demo in the kitchen. Not the demo of kitchen, but e-spring demo in the kitchen. Okay? Cool. Yeah, let's go. Woo! Woo, woo, woo. So we have our expert Prakash, e-spring expert is going to help.
What is this? This is from again you put the simulation. I still long that. That's the picture. Back to last week.
I still have come. संडे रात तक तो हो गया। हाँ आप उसको उसकी फॉरवर्ड कर सकते हैं।
Yes. So that has to be inside.
Yeah, but after they take it and circle it, that color has to change. I did it. So what is the difference? The color has in India. That's what they said. Outside that area, it changes to different color until then it is reacting or it already yeah, generally have it in India. They divide the color. But in this time, बहुत vaccination already हुआ है. That is very painful.
So let me quickly wrap up. Okay. So great guys, and I want to thank Prakash for the help. And guys, before I wrap up, guys, this is one of the filters. Okay. In fact, inside the e-spring, you can see this is how the new filter looks like, and this is how a used filter looks like. Okay, so the message is that you can read it here. So either you use a filter or you become the filter. No? The body, your body become a filter. And guys, the other point is, e-spring is #1 water purification system selling in the world. And sometimes we normally look at review, right? Everywhere we go, look at review. And if you look at #1, like iPhone is kind of #1 in terms of sales, right? In terms of smartphones, it's like no question. Similarly, e-spring is #1 in the market. The highest selling product, e-spring is the water purification system, and it's kind of clearly. I have another 2 pages. You can look at that. Some of you might look at Consumer Digest, Consumer Report, and Consumer Report, they ranked e-spring as #1 in that category. So you can take a look at that. And with that, we are done. And thanks a lot for the opportunity. And back to our interview.
Wow, what a demo! It was a lot of worth of information by Sada. That was a great demo also. And thank you, Prakash, for adding some more information to it. Anyone has testimonies?
Yeah, in fact, it's a good system to sell also because a lot of profit. In fact, we have somebody in the open meeting by name Snehal. He sold, I think, 10 or 15 e-springs in a month. He made around $4,500 profit just in 1 month. And the best part is every year when they get filters, you get extra money. There's somebody by name Charlie also in the business. He is in the business. He sold 60 e-springs in kind of a year or so. Then he sold around 300 e-springs in over his period in the business. And every year he makes around $20,000 just on the filters. So, and also if somebody calls Amway and say, I want a filter, they can track from the e-spring which IPO was the one who helped you, and the TV automatically comes to you. So you sell e-springs and they order for water filters. It's a repeated customer, volume that you get from filters. So if you have 12 customers, then you actually have 12 filters in a year. Every month you're getting a free water. So anyways, to make money through e-spring. Anything?
Yeah. So always I used to wonder, can I be like Sada and other people who are so sophisticated with those information? Of course, I would recommend take a picture or whatever, keep it. But our Amway conversation card, it's amazing, right? So in conversation card of e-spring, they also have a competitive comparison by Aquafina, Pure Filter, Vita Filter, and for first year, second year, how much money. You can just read through it. You don't have to do research. It's official research, right? So, and then talk about it. And one other thing is, e-spring is having 120 days money back guarantee, not 180. But I have seen Amway goes beyond even 180 days. If you tell you are not satisfied, doesn't matter when you call it. If you're okay with the product, right? But it's like Sada mentioned, #1 since last 10 plus years or so. So definitely.
One comment. I'm really got scared when Sada mentioned about Houston
95
water quality, right? So it's pretty bad. So a lot of times, a lot of parents they think that if you warm up the water, mean, you are taking care of the microorganisms, but how about the other stuff, the other chemicals that are going to be still there? Maybe lead will be there, there are other metals will be there. So you cannot get rid of those metals basically. So only through the filtration it is possible. So this yeast spring has both filtration as well as purification. It's a great
Great round of applause. And also, if you heat the water, some doctor says actually the good water is evaporated. What remains is a lot more chemicals. So they say it's better to use purified water than actually having boiled water. Boiling water. It might kill the bacteria, but you're actually getting concentration of the chemicals. So
That's good. Thank you for adding a lot of information for eSpring. I can also add up one more information for eSpring, that is nothing but eSpring has an application through Malaysian app where you can show the demo completely, internal mechanism, everything over there to any customer who is interested to buy it. Definitely you can show it everything, the mechanism, how it works, and it shows up everything. So it's a better way. You can carry everything on the mobile and you can show it. That's an added advantage. So it's a Malaysian app. Yeah. And great guys, moving ahead, how about a joke? Alright. I guess I can go up with a riddle. And I have another person also to come up on joke. So, what has a heart but no other organs? What has a heart but no other organs? No?
yeah, that's correct.
That's true.
But no organs. Probably little ants is something else.
What is the answer?
Deck of cards.
Wow. We don't play.
Okay, this might be simpler. What is harder to catch the faster you run? What is harder to catch the faster you run? That's right. You did it. Alright, PU is having another riddle.
What do you call an angel with no tiara?
An angel with no?
No,
A crown.
A crown.
Charlie's angel.
Oh, the one there. Magical band.
Tiara crown.
Crownness. Is a tiara-less angel.
Devil angel.
Fallen angel.
No. It's an angel with no makeup.
Okay, what is the answer?
With no crown, right?
The answer is it's called it's called an angel with no wine.
What you call the angel with no this?
No one.
Good one.
Alright guys, moving on.
Sundar, Tarun, come on.
Moving on to other range of the products part is done. So we are moving on to the partner stores. So on to the partner stores. Chris Joe is there coming on this to talk about this champion. Recently graduated from Louisiana, stepping into his professional career, making getting a good time with him, learning calls and phone team meeting. That was an awesome experience for me. Of course, I know he's building up the business in a clever way along with his uplines. Definitely, you're having a bigger team. I can see it. Please help us welcome Chris Joe.
Thank you, Arun, for those kind words. First of all, my name is Chris Joe, and probably sponsored by Gita and Toast. Upline Platinum is moved to Sri Devi, and thank you so much, Anita, for hosting this wonderful house.
So Amway has a lot of partner stores. So it shows the credibility of Amway. They have ranges from Apple to banks, Bank of America, all the way to business marketing ideas. So today I'll be talking about VistaPrint. So VistaPrint has it's more about your marketing basis. So Sai was telling me he made business cards for the business. So I was like I wish I knew about it earlier because I went and printed out some of mine and it cost me over $25 more than what I could have got from VistaPrint. So VistaPrint, you have business cards, you have thank you notes, all sorts of stuff. So when you become a platinum in the business, you send thank you notes to all the people that said you're not going to do it. So you can send those over to them. Yeah, so there's all sorts of marketing that you can do with it. With VistaPrint, you get 20% PV and 50% BV. So that's actually one of the highest from all the partner stores that we have. I mean, there's plenty of partner stores. So that's pretty much all I have to say. And thank you for this opportunity.
Anyone has testimonies?
He forgot WhatsApp everybody.
Hey, somebody else followed your sentence last week.
What's going on, everyone?
Any testimonies?
Yeah, even I use VistaPrint for my business cards and I really liked it. And they also give you a lot of designs and all that.
You should check out some of the Petibas. They're one of the most well-designed and beautiful cards for lot of events.
Media, right? Somebody
With flyers, I use for events and all that. So it's a good way of getting feeling back also.
Anyone else? Okay. Right, guys. Going on next. How about a riddle? Just a riddle. Okay. I turn around once. What is out will not get in. I turn around again. What is in will not get out. What am I? Should I repeat it once again? I turn around once. What is out will not get in. I turn around again. What is in will not get out.
tap water.
What is it again?
I turn around once. What is out will not get in. I turn around again. What is in will not get out. What am I?
What is in?
Water. Tap water. Will not come out. Out will not go in.
Out will not go in.
What is wrong with that?
That's a key. That's a key. Key. It's a turnaround. You're turning around and key. This is a simple logic question. Probably everyone has done mathematics in their studies.
So long back.
No. But this is a simple logic. If it takes 5 machines 5 minutes to take 5 widgets, how long would it take 100 machines to make 100 widgets?
Same.
Same.
We should ask those people.
Okay. Moving on, there is a calendar. I guess science. So I'll be moving on with the calendar. Of course, there is a phone team meeting this Sunday. Check with your uplines. Probably this Sunday or Monday. Just check out with the uplines so that where's the venue, and probably there will be 3 phone team meetings. I guess Prakash and Anu's place, and then Shobhan and Sumita's place, and Vicky and Sridevi's place, and then Vivek and Sridevi's place. Okay. So just check out with your uplines again with it, and then moving on, there is an open meeting. I didn't know about the speakers. Oh, yeah,
We have one, right? Yeah.
Oh, great upline, cross-line uplines.
Cross-line leaders. Cross-line uplines. Yeah.
So cross-line leaders going to make an open.
If it's any others, let me know. I have to tell Ravi also.
Yeah, Shobhan and it's done by none other than Shobhan and Sumita. Let's pack up this open meeting. East Coast EBS function. Yeah, East Coast functions are going on this weekend. And then base meeting again on Friday. And Shobhan and Sumita are flying to Detroit and Chicago. Anyone else going long distance? Alright guys, moving on, probably let's make a small riddle. Kids made a lot of riddles, I guess. Okay, what 4-letter word can be written forward and backward or upside down and can still be read from left to right?
Wow.
4-letter.
Never.
Wow, we read wow. Sometimes we can take it 6 letters.
4-letter word, you can read it from anywhere. So it can be written from forward, backward, or upside down. It can still be 4-letter.
Ma'am, Ma'am.
It's a noon.
No. My answer is right. I don't know.
Some people call it as MAM.
No.
Some people call it as MAM. I didn't know that.
Over here, M8 and apostrophe.
Yeah, they must be
Top how will you say no?
the new architecture.
On the top how will you say no?
It's a 3D one.
Move on. Okay. Moving on. What always runs?
No, actually, this
You riddles have multiple questions.
This is also the answer to your previous riddle. What comes up?
I guess I have to What always runs but never walks, often murmurs, never talks, but has a bread but never sleeps, has a mouth, never eats.
A dog.
What always runs
What always runs?
but never walks, often murmurs, never talks, has a bed but never sleeps, has a mouth but never eats.
Alexa, right?
Has a mouth but never
It
talks.
always runs.
It has mouth, it can talk.
Oh, a river.
No, it never talks.
Right.
What is
A river.
Yeah.
A river.
A river.
Oh, I guess river.
Wow.
River has bed. Oh.
These are partial, genuine riddles.
I don't know
But there are multiple answers coming up.
They start.
the glacier.
Very much creative.
Runs?
Alright,
River
guys.
runs?
What's that? It runs. Yeah. Moving on to next, it's all the education and training. So, recognition. So, who got recognized today at work? But we recognize your work here. So, who had 3 plans last week? Anyone? Wow. Any person has done 1 or more SAMs or any detailing last week?
I came today to
Awesome.
What's that?
monster.
Most
We detailed 53 officers.
Awesome. Anyone else? Okay, I just got an order, anti-dandruff shampoo, anti-hair fall shampoo, and conditioner, smoothing conditioner, and a scalp tonic. Okay. Anyone registered a new personal IPO? investor IPO last week? Okay, coming up. Anyone who had made 14 new contacts last week? Alright. Moving on, anyone went long distance to build business? Okay, moving on. Just going on. Anyone who sent 2 messages or BMP messages? Left 2 messages. Alright, moving on. So next, coming on to CDs and books. So on CDs, there are 2 people coming on today. Is John. To talk about him, he is the new person. I can see his calls and phone team meeting is going awesome. We can learn some more new Gen Y calls from him too. That's what we are looking out for him, building up with a bigger business. Had a guest last week that speaks about it. Help me welcome John.
So the CD I'm going to talk about, it was a CD, it was Corey and Dolores Jones. And something that really stuck out to me was he said he was a basketball player for some time. And then he said he wasn't as successful as he could have been. And his wife was doing the business. And he said, so he stopped doing basketball to do the business. And after from doing the business, he said, since I didn't have a college degree because he dropped out of college, he did like weird jobs. So he was a mail dude. So he like woke up at 3 to like give mail to people. He worked at a butcher shop. It was really interesting. I totally forgot. But anyways, he was overexerting himself, and he like fell asleep at the wheel like twice and ended up in the hospital. So he realized that what he was doing wasn't the right thing. So he started focusing on the business. He began to prosper in the business. And so the way I thought about it was he was doing basketball and it wasn't working out for him. So I was thinking like that in that life, and I mean in that time of his life, that season of basketball wasn't working. It wasn't his season for that. But then Amway was coming. So it's like when you have your seed and you're trying to plant it in the winter and it's not working, you gotta start planting it in spring. So when your harvest comes in fall, you got some food to eat. And that's just how I thought about it, because he talked about like when you go to the DMV and you have your ticket, and then if you lose your ticket, then you have to start all over again. So he's like, never lose your ticket, which is the Amway business. So never lose it, because your time may be coming, your season may be here. It may take like a year, a few months. It takes time to prosper, but if you wait, be patient, then your harvest will come and you can prosper. So that's all. All right.
That's awesome, John. Self-educating yourself. Don't be afraid yourself. Learn. Next speaker, Farhad, to talk about this champion. He is in learning mode and building up the business in faster way. And then one thing I observed is he has his observing nature with the appliance. Whatever he's getting it, he's trying to absorb it completely, and just he thinks that he said one day, I just want to build up a team, and I just wanted to learn from my appliance. Whatever they are doing with me, I will also treat the same. That hit me hard. Man, this is the thing which people are looking at. Farhad, please help us welcome Farhad on CD.
Thank you, Arun, for the awesome word. Hey, myself, Farhad Khoja, proudly sponsored by Muti and Sridevi Koppu, our leader. And I think so John, he's the second time. He's new in the business still. He speaks good. Actually, when I joined the business, I was not able to speak like this. You spoke last week on the books, now on CDs. Awesome, John. Awesome. Okay, I'm going to talk on the book CD, like Nick and Stephanie. I was just in my car, and Nick was telling in the conference, like, I was in Walgreens working for $8.25 cents, I think so, yeah. And that money is not enough for guy like him to build his family, because his father left at the age when he was 7 years, and they moved to New Jersey. And if you move from one location to another, it's very hard to build your home, your family, and everything. So he said, like, it's not what you think of, it's how you want to create your business. He joined the business. He always thanked his upline, his Double Diamond, Kanti, Gala, and them. So whenever he was speaking, he always mentioned the upline and everything. So the first thing, always try to learn from your upline. That's what I am trying to learn from Murthy Engineering. Last time we went for the plan, and the way Murthy was explaining to my prospect was awesome. I always try to learn from him. Now I have promised him, like, next time I will show the plan and he will be sitting next to me. If I'm wrong somewhere, he can teach me what mistake I did. It doesn't matter you lose your one prospect. There's still 280 millions or billions people in the business, with Ravi and Adi Chawla said in the series. So the 1,000%, it doesn't matter. Still you have 280 millions people standing in the queue. So just try to be confident in your way. Doesn't matter what you lose, but always try to be like show up your upline. Whenever they say, yeah, you need to come, I don't do that many of time, but they try to I think so. Ravi was telling me, like, when there was a phone meeting, he used to give the fax number, I think so that at least he can show up like he was having a numbers in the list. But it is not like that. Always try to get out of your way. Go to Walmart, wherever you can go. Always you are hunting something, or so try to make a contact over there. I think so.
Awesome. Wow, what a content. That's a lot of information for her. You gave a good heads up. Then moving on to the books. So books are very much important with us. So next on books, Tarun and Shruti are here on books. To talk about Tarun and Shruti, they are the most building up couple in the business, so that they are building the business and fast track way. They had sign up, they building up their team, getting up with a bigger team, and then no matter how hitting it hard and working hard with the following with the determination and the work ethic nature, they are doing it and building it in the business. I look up to them just to see how helpful they are in the team along with each other. Please help us welcome Tarun and Shruti.
We are Tarun and Shruti, blessed to be coached and mentored by Shaman and Samita. Thank you, Arun, for those words. And so, talking about books, every month in BWW system we get one standing order books. So sometimes it happens that when somebody like our upline tells us something, we don't get it, but if we read it, so we can analyze it at the same time. So books are very important in the business so that we can learn more and more. I'll be talking about the art of productivity. In this book, the author tells the various arts through which we can reach to our success very easily and much more faster. Like the art of defining success. Firstly, we have to define what our goal is, then establishing a mission, customization, how we can customize the goal where we are reaching, and passion, discovery. So he tells that success is simple, but reaching to that success is a mission. So he gives the example of Mount Everest. Like if somebody is mountain climber, so he can see, okay, my definition of success is that I have to reach Mount Everest, but the mission towards the success is the difficulties he will face while standing at the ground and looking at the Mount Everest peak. And he also tells that you should have a person who knows where he is leading, where you are going, so that they can tell your flaws and the good qualities in you. It's very important to have a person, and that person should also know how to lead you to that success. So very good book and very helpful for the business. Thank you.
Good evening, folks. We are Tarun, of course. Should mention about our line of sponsorship. If you are new and you're wondering where we find these books and CDs, you see at Shogun's place, you have like this library of books. You go to Muti's place, you have a bunch of books around there. There's a program called a standing order program.
Any business we talk about BWW, it's a system. Standing audit program means you subscribe to an educational system where you get recommended 4 CDs a month, that is a CD a week, and 1 book a month, or the book of the month. So of course, Shruti, the book that Shruti talked about was the book of the month recommended for this month. Similarly, a couple of months back, we had this wonderful book that we still talk about. It's called No Limits by John C. Maxwell. John C. Maxwell, if you realize, before that, the CDs that we get are pertinent to how we succeed in this business, the operations of this business in order to succeed, whereas the books are completely books are not specific to this particular business, but any business in general or life in general. So it's a very good educational program. The standing order program of BWW has been compared to the leadership program of IBM. That is the system of education that IBM puts its executives before giving them ranks of executives. So the book that we had a couple of months back, it's called No Limits by John C. Maxwell. Wonderful book. John C. Maxwell is a very well-known leader. He used to be a former pastor. Now he's very well known in the industry of self-help and development. And this book very nicely, chunks out a roadmap of where we are and then where we want to be, and takes us through that roadmap of how where we want to be and how where we are, we can take that roadmap and in order to get where we are. So first of all, the book has been divided into 3 categories. Remove the gaps from where your capacity, where you currently are, what is holding you back, remove it from that. John C. Maxwell, of course, takes his example, wherein his ambition in life. Today, he, of course, thousands, millions of people read his book. At one point in time, his ambition was to impact 150 people through his church. That was all he could see. From there on, he met a few people who were running on churches of 500, 600 people. Right? So he met people who were more successful. And that's how he figured that a challenge of 150 people had been broken by many times over. And that's how it stopped becoming a challenge for him. So that's what he recommends over here. He has taken a lot of personal example. He has taken the example of the CEO of his company and how he moved from one business to the other across different stages. So wonderful book. I would highly recommend reading it. And with that, back to our awesome host.
Awesome talk by Tarun and Shruti. To next invite is on books. Sundar is there. So to talk about Sundar and Shobna, both of them we meet and contacting anytime. That's a common place, I guess. I see them having here and there, and then look up to them for their 12-month run contest, which is being coming up by Mutli and Shree. Definitely, I also want to participate, and definitely I also want to qualify. It's no matter with no excuses. That is what my aim and goal is to about, and then building up the business with the bigger team, serving with the serving attitude, even having kids. That's great momentum happening with their business and life. Please help me welcome Sundar.
Good evening, guys. Sundar and Shobna here, proudly coached guided by Shobna Sundar, part of Mutli and Shri's team. I wanted to talk about this very small book but very effective book, right? So I read this basically last month, but there is something I wanted to share because one particular chapter which talks about the 5 levels of self-talk. Okay? I'll just briefly talk about what happens in each of ourselves when we talk to ourselves or when on a daily basis. And he says the 5 levels of self-talk. First level of self-talk is the level of negative acceptance. So what it means is it says I cannot, right? Whenever something comes up in our mind, first thing it comes to our mind is, okay, I cannot do this. I'm not skillful, or I cannot do this. First thing is, I cannot do this. If some challenge comes, we say, first thing happens in our mind is, man, I cannot do this. I need to make 14 contacts in every week. First thing comes in our mind, oh, I cannot do this. Right? So that is the first kind of self-talk, which is the negative self-talk, which we need to avoid. Okay, but how you can move on to the next level of self-talk is the second level of self-talk, which is called the level of recognition and need to change. Okay, sometimes we also make a, okay, we moved from I cannot to what we do is a dangerous thing. We say, okay, I need to do this, I should do this. Okay. Normally, our main Shobna's aim is to complete maximum number of numbers on a weekend. Okay, and right before the phone team, our thought comes into mind. We missed out on numbers or something, then we come, okay, I need to get 14 numbers this week. I should have got 14 numbers this week. Right? So that is again a negative level of self-talk. Right? You transition from this level of self-talk to a third level of self-talk where you are masking. Instead of saying I need to do this or I should do this, you can say, okay, I never do this or I no longer do something. Okay. So for example, I no longer I'm shy to talk to people. I never shy away from saying the first hello, something like that. Some sort of self-talk. Right? That is the level of 3. This level of self-talk is very important, where you are actually tuning your mind, saying that you're not basically you're not negative. You're saying, okay, I no longer I no longer do this, but I'm programming my mind. The level 4 self-talk is I am. You're speaking the present. That's what our lot of our CDs they say, right? Whenever you're speaking goal, you speak in the present. I'm showing 12 plans. I'm going platinum. I'm going people, whatever it is, right? So it's like you're speaking your goals in the present. That programs your mind to talk. And the last level of self-talk is much more in universal affirmation. He says, which is much more not in our level. It's much more on a spiritual level, where maybe the type of Bill Brick. Okay, Bill Brick level. He talks about when his goal. He says he needs to empower maybe 100 diamonds in a year or whatever it is. Right? It is much more to be the universe on the universal side. Right? So a very great book. I mean, I would recommend everybody go through this book. There are a lot of self-talk options for having a good education, having a good health, having a good peace of mind. The second half of the book has a lot of practical tips where you can. I'm in the process of defining my own self-talk so that I can put it on my mirror and talk. Right? I wanted to talk about this wonderful chapter, and again, this is by a person called Chad Hamstetter. If you can go to BSM, you'll get a 2 CD talk from him. He's a very famous guy. Andrew Nazmi watches for his work. A lot of books available here. I would suggest grab a book and start reading it. So, especially in New Year, it's a very good book. Thanks for the opportunity, everyone. Thanks for the wonderful words. And,
wow. What a knowledge coming up with great leaders. Who's excited for the training? Even I'm also excited, very much excited. So the range of next speakers coming up are the leaders for the training. So one of the leaders, crossline leaders, Shobhan and Sumita, talk about this couple, very committed with their appliance. Wherever I see, they're just hanging around with their appliance, learning a lot of things, love and caring for that team. That shows me, okay, this is the team this is the relationship which I need to build it up. Makes the atmosphere more enthusiastic when they are building up the team. So building up the layers from coast to coast, this makes very much looking attitude where they are building up the teams. Of course, they are going long distances, and then that is what I might have to stick it on because as time is being short. Please help us welcome Shobhan and Sumita.
What's going on, everybody? Yeah, I said like maybe I have to remove but that you have to go to gym every day. Yeah. Only I can remove this much. But awesome, of course I wanted to start with Krish, right? So he while he was sharing about Vista Print, pretty common topic. Something he said, I don't know if you got it. He said that you can send thank you note to all the people who said no to you when you go platinum. That you cannot read at the Amway website. That has to come from within, right? That's the X factor this guy has. Give a round of applause. Awesome, phenomenal. Guys, super excited. Shobhan and Sumita, we are proudly sponsored by Joanna. I'm blessed to be coached and guided by a phenomenal couple going Sapphire and Emerald this fiscal year, Murthy and Sridevi. Thanks, Murthy and Sridevi, for giving us this opportunity. And of course, John, my goodness, first time on CD. You know, I felt like going and revisiting, listening that CD, but you did a phenomenal job. You know, just stick to all your upline. You're awesome. Okay, proud of you. And of course, Arun, man, you know, first time hosting in Houston, right? Yeah, added so much of excitement, riddles, and whatnot. Awesome, great. So, guys, we are going to share something which is incredible, going to happen on 3rd of February, which is our Houston BBS. Okay, but to share some excitement, I would have Sumita, share a few things. We're very proud of her. Both of us are working, but I never felt like something will get postponed in our life and business because of she getting going to work. It takes care of a lot of stuff in the background, but excited to build this business in a fast track. Here's Sumita.
Wow, hello everybody. Totally excited about the phase today, especially when Arun Thai said such an exciting tone. It has been a phenomenal phase so far. And of course, as Shobhan was mentioning, we are Shobhan and Sumita is blessed to be sponsored this business by Joanna and coached and mentored by the best of the best Murthy and Sridevi. So as most of you, I'm sure most of you, very few of you here don't know what BBS is. So BBS stands for Business Building Seminar, okay? And this is one of the most, you can say, concentrated and short session, and you can carry and you can get home with a lot of information. And the best part is it's happening here in Houston on February 3rd, which is a Saturday, from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. Okay, so make sure your calendar is free. You know, you are getting a lot of advance notice. You can talk to your supervisor if you're somebody who works on a weekend, but make sure you are there, from 6 to 10, because it is going to be a life-changing event. Okay, so there is this couple. They are coming from Philadelphia. Ramesh and Rama. Ramesh has a background in mathematics, and I believe he has done his MBA in information systems. And Rama is a national level dancer. Okay, and they are of course from Indian origin. So it doesn't matter who is your friend, your family. That couple is going to relate to everyone. You are going to be there no matter what. I am taking it, a confirmation, but make sure you have somebody from you, somebody with you to the seminar, okay? If they are immigrant, they will relate. If they are somebody who speaks probably Tamil language, they will relate. Probably somebody from IT background, somebody who loves to dance, somebody, any background, Ramesh and Rama can relate to them. Actually, I have attended the BBS earlier as well. It was in Houston, I think so long back, but it was just phenomenal. The way they pour their heart out, we are going to have a ball of a time listening to them. And the ticket will be $20. And I can say you for 4 hours, the level of business they have, the level of income that they do, they should charge actually to us in hundreds. Okay, so this will be the best $20 investment that you would have ever made in a weekend. And also, $20 when we go to a restaurant, we really don't care. But how about feeding our neck up this time, right? By investing in the right, place. But this is pretty much it. And if you're a mom, make sure you start looking for babysitters from now on, and make sure you have at least one person, because if you really want the best for your friend and family, you will make sure you will invite them there. Okay, and it's going to be a crowd of I think 500 plus people, something like that, and you will have a treat for sure. And I would recommend to actually listen to their CD before, so that you can relate to them. Of course, listening to them will be live. The name of this, I don't remember the name, number, but the name
1767.
1767, and the name is also very interesting. Dance
until
Dance Until It Breaks. So you should definitely, order it and listen it. With this, I want to pass on back to Shobhan.
Wow, phenomenal. Guys, I remember when Ramesh and Rama are going to pour their heart, but when they joined the business as a married couple, Ramesh had over $50,000 debt. John, you're a student, right?
Yes.
Okay, so not much cash flow coming in, maybe limited resources. But how about somebody having negative resources? Minus 50,000, right? So from there, they build it to diamond level. As a matter of fact, the size of their business is so massive. They have a downline diamond in California, now in Dallas. Prakash and Smita Hegde. Right? They are also doing a BBS, right? And then they have multiple diamond in India. Right? So one of the year I remember they had a diamond Prakash and Smita in US and one diamond from India, Chennai. They both got recognized in US in the same year. Right? Massive business and not much business background. He came from a very humble, background. Both mom is housemaker and dad was typical service job. But in the contrary, Rama comes from upper middle class family in India where dad persevered and went up to from the very basic level to CEO of a corporation. So she comes from some a family who understand how to work hard, stick it through, and reach to the top. And from a very unconventional dance background, pursued their passion. So but the way they build the team, very diverse, right? Definitely invite. But certain things which I would definitely would recommend in next couple of minutes, which will help you to absorb most out of BTS, right? So first thing is you have to be there, appear, right? So Sumita mentioned is 6 to 10:30. I purposefully wrote 5:30 to 11. Give yourself more time. Okay, so you want to come there early. Once you be there early, you will see people in queue and you give yourself that excitement. I still remember when we used to go to the movie theaters in India, right? First day, first show. Yeah. John, have you been to any movie like first show? Yeah. It's so exciting, right? Like you go early, you don't know if you can get an entry, but you be part of the excitement. That is how you need to promote yourself with BBS. Come early and you be part of the excitement and you will be prepared to absorb more. Okay, that is first thing. Be appear there. And then how to prepare yourself, right? I heard a recent statement again and again from a diamond, Ali and Maka. They said that you will only get answers if you are looking for it, right? So sometimes you come to a BBS or a open meeting or a PACE meeting or listen to a CD, read a books. If you are not asking any question to yourself towards growth, right, then you would not get that answer. So I would recommend that sit with your upline or yourself, write down some questions you are looking to get answer, and then Ramesh and Rama will definitely touch upon that. Okay, prepare yourself. And the last thing is definitely have a goal of number of people you are going to have. Right? For example, John, you are one of the newest, so I will take your example. You are by yourself, right? So have a goal. Sit with your upline who is coaching you and say that what I could do. Can I bring 2 people, 3 people, 5 people? But start with a goal. If you have a goal, you know, okay, between now and BBS, how many open meetings we have, how many PACE meetings I have, and how many days I have to show different plans. Right? That's how you attack this business with a strategy. When you have an end goal, you have a deadline like BBS, you want to, because the beauty is if anybody sees the plan and agrees to come to BBS to check out more, pretty much there is new IBO after that, right? So a lot of time we see, okay, we are showing plan, people are not getting started. See how you can bring them towards BBS, right? So these are few recommendations I would want to give, but super excited. As a matter of fact, check out the message with Murthy's send with list of BBS across North America, and see few other places also you can take advantage where your plan is focusing. That's how you build business smart. But the same day, I remember Dallas also has a BBS, JP and Ritu Kapoor. But we are super excited, guys. We are personally having 2 more couples and helping a lot of bunch of our team members to have new IBOs and newcomers in BBS, no question about it. With that, we are excited to listen from our upline back to our phenomenal host, Tarun.
It's a great way to promote business building seminars. Thank you, Shobhan and Sumita, for that information and for that words. And the next speakers are Murthy and Sridevi. To talk about Murthy and Sridevi, it's a lot of words for me because as leaders, as a leader, they are building up a bigger team with a bigger vision. They are building up a good relationship with everyone, which makes every IBO something special for them. And despite having kids at home, they are helping the team even in their busy schedules, which makes even more something special for us, motivating the layers of leaders with their work ethic. They have set a great example in Houston and other parts of US. It's a great platform to start up building ourselves with their bigger teams, being part of their goals. That's what makes me more intentionally making up the building the business and learning a lot from them. But without any wait, please help us welcome Murthy and Sridevi.
How many of you think Arun did a phenomenal job? Can you believe he's hosting for the first time? Wow. I mean, he could control the excitement, maintain the excitement. Very proud of him and phenomenal hosting, Arun. Proud of you. And I'm telling you, today's space was really awesome. I mean, everybody spoke phenomenal. I mean, I don't want to go through the names, but of course, but I will go through the names. But we are Murthy and Sridevi personally sponsoring this business by phenomenal leaders. Blessed to be part of their team and excited about all the growth happening in the entire Nambia team. And we've been went to a Midwest function. My God, I was telling a few people, Dallas function was great, but Midwest one was 3 times bigger than Dallas. If somebody thought, man, Dallas is so big, Midwest, I was literally scared. I'm like, I thought I was kind of having a little growth. Then I realized I went there. I'm like, felt like as if I'm doing nothing in the business. Because there was, I mean, again, I can talk about it for hours, but so much of excitement, so much of money. You see, bunch of people. I mean, there was a Q12 people on the stage. It was crowded. I think probably around 30 plus Q12s. I mean, achievers who went to achievers just from the Midwest event. I mean, because we have several events, right? I think 5 or 6 similar events. Just the Midwest. Just even so many people from different backgrounds. They were Indians, non-Indians, and you name it. Any lot of countries, different religion, different backgrounds. Everybody was on the stage. You see students, 19-year-old, being at achievers, and they were like somebody who is 21-year-old. He had somebody else in his team who was 18-year-old and he's at achievers. Q12 again. Somebody at a Q12 level, they make good money. They get an extra $20,000 of bonus checks in the end of the month. So just imagine. I was like, man, dude, I went to Q12, I was excited. Then I look at these young kids and then people from somebody who is 60-year-old at the same time. I went to achievers for, I don't know, 7 times. I'm like calculating $7 to $20,000. Just the bonus checks. If somebody says money is not there, just imagine, again, these are not emeralds, that's how much momentum it was. It was crazy momentum. I was looking at everybody. I mean, previously you go to function, but at least some people. Now it's like everybody in the Q12 panel, pretty much everybody is new for me. And somebody has 2 legs at Q12 and they are Q12s. Part of Gaurav Sharma's team. I mean, it's crazy momentum. It's like, I mean, very excited. Of course, I saw Jan and Gina there. Jan and Gina has humongous momentum. I mean, so many different organizations. We saw Jan and Gina's team in Dallas, but they have maybe same or bigger team in Midwest. I mean, sometimes we might think, man, this guy is moving on, open meeting also this, but when you see the big, I mean, I felt that I took a good decision going to the Midwest because I could see. And this weekend is a East Coast function. And guess what? East Coast function is usually bigger than Midwest function. And so what it tells is Dallas, I mean, Texas has a lot of growth, ready to, there's a lot of space to grow for all of us. So again, Jan and Gina, of course, that's how it came thinking about Jan and Gina. I saw so much of momentum. In fact, Jan and Gina, same thing, a lot of multi-country. They actually have somebody in Australia in the platinum qualification, Jan and Gina. Platinum qualification in Australia. Jan went, I think, twice to Australia, that's it. Just imagine platinum. I mean, so, of course, there's a lot of big night calls that Jan and Gina. Same thing, Rajan Smith, of course, they have their new platinum in Australia and UK also. I mean, Nambia team, of course, a lot of momentum everywhere. Blessed to be part of one of the best members. Okay, so you're part of a team which is actually one of the fastest growing. Okay, so I want you to understand that. But very excited about the entire PACE meeting today. A lot of excitement, of course. Vivek and Sridevi, every time they come, they kind of they actually, you can see they are research scientists from the talk they do. A lot of value addition in anything they talk. And of course, Prakash, nice demo. How would give a big round of applause? First time I'm seeing this demo. Yeah, expand is not dissolved yet. See this one, I mean, see this one? It's not dissolved yet. This one is completely dissolved. That's a good demo. I mean, always comes out. Last time they had this, what is it, straw and bubbles and kids started playing. I mean, some unique. You can always do the same demo, but they're taking time to see how they can make it special, right? Every pace making. It's something value addition to us too. So that's the beauty of this, of course, Prakash, the way they add value. Same thing, Sadhana, he could have said, man, why to do the whole demo, but he actually took time. He had texted me saying, where is the demo kit went, and you see the effort that's going into each topic. It's not like just a topic I can come on talk on the page, but everybody actually went ahead and did some extra research. I mean, same thing, Sadhana, give a big round of applause. And the preparation, the papers, I was like, can you send me the soft copy of all those papers? I mean, I saw those papers too, but I never was that organized where I took printout and put it in a file. If you're prepared for your business will grow. Right? So again, thank you, Sada and Nalini, for always setting the example. Of course, Chris Joe, excited. How is it? What is it? What's going on? Right? Always comes with a big smile and excitement. Okay, I know he has to work the whole day, but still showed up. He said, I mean, he had to take care of his dad's store today. Dad's in India. But he said, I'll manage somehow, get somebody, and he still drove to be here in time. Yeah, very proud of you, Chris Joe. I know, excited about all the growth happening. And again, everybody spoke awesome. But of course, my God, John spoke really phenomenal today. How many of you think that John? He was actually like Cody Jones jumping here and there and sharing this excitement. I mean, if you have seen Cody Jones actually in live, you will not see him standing in one. He is really a basketball player. I mean, he will be running around the stage with a lot of excitement. And you can actually not only talk about the CD, but you're actually in the CD. That's what it is. But very good. The way you talked, I mean, like Farhad said, like first pace meeting great, second pace meeting, you can see the improvement. Okay. I asked him yesterday, do you want to talk on the CD? He said yes. I mean, ready to talk on, always take on the things to move on. And of course, Farhad also same thing. One thing I wanted to observe, Farhad, first thing he came and said, man, what an awesome talk on about John. That's a maturity of leadership, a leader mindset. See, when you take eyes off yourself, most of the time when I come on the topic, I'm like, what do I talk, right? But instead of talking about himself, he talked about somebody else. I was amazed by the way he actually recognized somebody else. When you take eyes off yourself and pull it on somebody else, that's when your business grows. I'm very proud of you. I mean, not that, of course, he's personally sponsored by me, but the thing that, I've always observed is they always having the mindset of edifying other people, making somebody else feel special. Of course, he talks about me, great, us, but it's about finding, it's something that everybody can learn. How you can always look for making other people feel special. Okay? When you walk into the room, some people say, it lightens up the room, but some people walks in. When some people walks out, it lightens up. The question is, which one are you? Okay? The only way you can attract more increase that light in the room is by you adding value to somebody else. Okay? So very proud of you, Farhad. Again, I know, of course, Sundar, no matter whenever he talks on any topic, you can see the lot of value addition. He talks like a platinum, right? I was like thinking, man, I should go back and read that book again. That's how he promoted it, right? So very proud of him. In Tarun Shruti, you can see both of them adding a lot of value. Husband and wife reading together. That's the best thing you can do because you both are in the positive mindset. I know. Excited about all this team moving on. Thanks to Shogun Sunita for hosting the PACE meeting. And of course, week after week, it's not easy, both of them working. And of course, how many of you think they did a phenomenal time? Both of them, it's like they say excitement is contagious. When you hang around Shogun Sunita, it's always, you get excited. You will not see what they might be going through, but they are always excited. When you hang around them, always positive. They're like, doing the business is a piece of cake. Oh, BBS is great. I can bring some people. Right? That's how the maturity of the leadership. I know I'm excited about them moving on to people and beyond and taking a bunch of new nutrients for Smart. But coming back to our topic, okay, we're going to talk about how to connect to people, okay, contact or connecting to people. I know some people are experts here. Some people have never contacted a new person. So we're going to talk about it. See, understand, what is the raw material of this business? John, what do you think is the raw material of this business? For your business to grow, for this Amway business, what is the raw material?
Yourself. I don't know.
That's great. That's the first raw material. Yourself, your mindset. That's right. After that, what to do?
You have to acquire knowledge to be better.
Yeah, that's all yourself.
That's yourself. Oh, then talking to other people. I don't know. I'm
What is the raw? I mean, how do you get your business? What is the raw material? When you're making clothes, raw material shirt, raw material is clothes. Okay. When you have to build Amway business, what is the raw material?
I don't know. Selling?
Selling is one way.
Referring
People, right? Selling is one way. Small business, selling immediate profit. But if you want to build big Amway business, then you need to have people. People is the raw material of this business, right? The more the people you add, okay, the more the business you have. You build people and people build the business, right? So raw material is business, right? So that's why your appliance, most of your appliance would have probably told make a list of people and all those things. Yes, you want to make a list of people. There is a list called A list, B list, and C list. Farhad, do you know what A list is?
Yeah, it's any close friends or
close friends or family.
Yeah.
Friends and family.
Friends and family.
Okay.
The other one, with whom you know, like smiling.
Acquaintance.
Yeah.
Okay.
And third one, whom you never met.
Never met. Yeah. That's great. So, John, anybody, your friends and family members, close friends and family members. This is what I call them friends. If you go to their home, if you open the refrigerator without asking them, they are your close friends and family members. Those are A list. Okay. That you can make the list. I mean, you can go to your list and you can. B list is acquaintance. You can go to their home, but you might say hi, bye, but not really. Without their permission, you will not go to the kitchen. You can ask, you will say, can I get some water, rather than you just going down. So those are acquaintances. Maybe even your doctor, lawyer, or anybody whom, maybe your teachers, or librarian, people like that. Acquaintance, maybe you know them hi and bye, but not really. If you go to the same restaurant, maybe the waiter there or waitress, right? But the C list, okay, this is the biggest list. A and B list, if you put together, how many people do you think you'll have? 100? Okay. 100 people. Do you know how much is C list? C list is all these people whom you don't know. If you're in Houston, there's 2 million, 2.3 million people in Houston. Okay. So 2.3 million people minus 100 people is just C list. Is that a good list?
Yes.
So how much is 2.3 million minus 100? Still 2.3 million. Right? So pretty much, if you have a list, great. If you're out of your list, you have a whole, whole potential to build a C list. That means cold contacts. Understand? Of course, US has 325 million people. If your list is only 100, you still have 325 million people to contact. Okay, for the business, right? So C list is very important. If you master this C list, how to build it, you can control the business however you want. Good deal. Do you want to know how to get the C list?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm going to talk about how to get your C list. But I also want you to understand, every number you put is very powerful. Okay. For example, if you have 100 people list, if you put 100 people, if you show this, talk to them and show plans, how many people out of 100 people when you call, how many appointments do you think you'll be able to pick? Out of 100 people?
Oh, like, I know, 20, 30.
20, 30 maybe, yeah, 30, 20. Out of 20, 30, do you think at least one person will get started?
I would hope so.
Yeah, I would hope so too. Right? It's actually working. If you have 100 people, usually, I can guarantee if you talk to 100 people, at least one person will not only get started, they'll also go platinum. Okay? At least one person. One excited person who will go platinum. Most of the times, a lot of people would have not gone through this 100 people's list and calling and showing the plans. Let's say one person goes platinum. Okay? So, when somebody goes platinum in your business, every platinum you break in your leg, you make it, not every platinum, every leg, okay, platinum leg, you make around extra $1,300 per month. Okay, so $1,300 per month. Let's say that platinum is like 40 years. Okay, it stays in the business. 40 into 1,300 into 12 months. That's $630,000 in your lifetime.
Oh, wow.
Okay. If you calculate by number, it's like $6,300 per number. Each number is worth $6,300. If I give you, let's say, $100 per number, if you say, get me a new number who's not in your phone book or Facebook, or get a new number from somebody outside. If I give you $100 per number, how many numbers will you get? If I say every number you get, new number you get, I'll give you $100. How many numbers will you get?
Oh, as many as I can.
As many as you can, right? So what stops people from getting the numbers is because there is no motivation behind it. But if you understand every number you get, is it more value than $100? You'll actually go and get the numbers. Okay. If you have that mindset, see that's how successful people invest their time and money. A lot of times people with the employment mindset, they'll say, I'll go to job, I'll get $10 per hour or maybe $50 per hour, whatever it is. We have that employee mindset, thinking that I'll go to the job and I'll get the money. But business owners never think hour to hour. Whatever they do, the time, the money they invest, she's trying to duplicate me. So the money, the time they invest, everything is based on what they're going to get in return, right? So, yeah, that's how business people think. What is my return of investment when I do that? Okay, I'm like Jeff Bezos, Amazon. Until 10, 12 years, they didn't make a single penny. You know Amazon? Big company, billions of dollars. It took them 12 years to make their first penny in the business. But the company was like making millions and millions in revenue, but there were no profits. But he was preparing himself for the next decade. He was not preparing for the first decade, he was preparing for the next two. Microsoft, 15 years. Bill Gates worked with not a single day of vacation to build Microsoft. He was not making much money initially. But today, he's retired and he's a multi-billionaire. Right? So understand that. If you have that mindset, getting the numbers is a piece of cake. You have to understand why you're getting the numbers, right? But before I start doing something, I'll have to give you talk on few things on how you can connect to people and. Okay.
Hello everyone, we are working with Sridevi.
Again, very proud of her. In fact, when it comes to getting numbers, she is a master in that. She can easily go get any number, but that one.
Hello everyone, we are Murthy and Sridevi, personally sponsoring this movie. Fundamental topics for Priyanala. Like Murthy was mentioned, right? For ladies, I think it's a piece of cake to get a number. I know many of the ladies are far better than what I do. How many of you listen to BWW 2010 CD? It's a ladies panel by Vinita Rastogi. It's clearly mentioned in that CD, like different ladies. Lady and Nidhi was there, and Leon. A lot of ladies were mentioning. In fact, I would encourage each and everybody here, even ladies, guys also can go and listen to that CD track. It's there. They clearly mention where to draw a line because many of the times it happens that as a lady, when we go and approach people, they might be taking a wrong impression. So there's a clear line of what to do and what not to do. In fact, Nidhi was telling it the best jewelry ladies can have is what? Smile and confidence, right? That means confidence too. So that's phenomenal CD. I was like, after listening to the CD, somebody called me. I think Nirma called me, and I was telling Nirma, have you heard that CD? She's like, wow, yes, Sridevi, it was phenomenal. Many of the times we think that no, it's just contacting and 4 basics. It's all men's job. We need to come out of it. In fact, even I am one of it too. So, ladies, we can do. There are a lot of ways that we can do contacting. Like Murthy will be doing a role play after my talk. But like say exactly what they do, even I do the same thing. And not only that, in fact, I have, whenever I go to India or whenever all my relatives, I always keep an open eye on it. Especially coming from Indian background, right? Few years back when I went to India, I met one of my father's best friend. And then I was talking to him and uncle was saying his son is planning to do masters over in US. I said, wow, that's great. They don't have a number, right? Because before landing to US, nobody will have phone number. So I shared my number to uncle and then I asked that person's email ID. I took that email ID and then after coming back to US and I contacted them and things like that. And then that person replied me back, he's none other than Ravi and Nilma. So that's how the huge organization came in, right? So don't neglect it. And not only that, my cousin, when he was here, he got registered there. He had to go back to India for some reason. So that not only that, and in fact, recently I gave a couple of numbers to Murthy, and I was telling to one of my cousins back in India, I was like, do you have any friends in US who's doing a master's, either in India, Australia, US, Australia or Canada? He gave a couple of numbers, one in Florida and one in Canada. So that's when I was asking Murthy, what happened to my number? There's a lot of easy ways to do contacting, not like you have to go out, it's not like cycling, it's not like a robotic, you have to do the same old thing. Just come with creative ideas. us wherever we can. And we as ladies, right, when we approach people personally, also and Facebook contacting, also one of the ladies covered in that graph, don't miss it out. Like how to time yourself when you are in front of Facebook or social networking media, and then yeah, when you contact, right, as a lady, they have a safe approach. When they think that this business is really not something like trust, they'll have a trust when we as a lady will go for contact. In a lot of ways which I do, but we want to hear the best from the role play point of view so that everybody can relate and they'll understand how to do. And with this, I'm so proud of him. I'm blessed to be married to him. I always say it, and this is our year. No questions about it. And with this,
Awesome. Yeah. One thing is, Farhad, you think you're good at contacting? No, right? John, you think you can go out and get anybody's number?
Not really.
Not really, right? I was like that. Christian, what do you think? I was like that. But I understand. For me, contacting this, making new friends was the most difficult part in the entire business for us. But that is the thing that's needed for us to make good money in the business. Okay, understand that's a cap that we all limit ourselves. Okay, if you understand, once you take that cap off, first you have to realize everybody and anybody can be good at making new friends. Okay, if you have that limited thinking, I mean, I had that limited thinking. Then I realized it one day I had to take the cap off to move on. Okay, in fact, I don't know how many of you heard this story. There's this guy who goes for fishing, and he keeps catching fish. Whenever there's a big fish, he puts back in the water. And anything that's like very big or medium big, he immediately throws back in the water. Then this guy goes and asks the kid, "Hey, what are you doing? Why are you keeping only the small fishes? Why are you not keeping the big fishes?" He says, "Oh, my frying pan is only 9 inches, so it's a small one. So I cannot cook the bigger fishes. So I'm throwing the fish off." That's how a lot of people think. Instead of thinking that, oh, instead of thinking frying pan is small, you should say, how can I buy a bigger pan so I can accommodate more fish, right? There's even a lot of stories around that. In fact, they keep these bees in a bottle, right? So the bee puts the cap. What happens is the bee goes up, hits its head, comes down. It flies a couple of times. It knows that is the limit, and it never tries. It goes till the spot where it's about to hit the cap, and then stops and goes down. It keeps doing that whenever it flies. After a few days, when they take away the lid off from the cap, from the bottle, the bee never comes out of the bottle. It stays inside the bottle because the bee thinks there's a cap on it. Okay, that's how we all grew up, because get a good job. This is what we have to do. My job, whatever job you're trained. But we are putting our own cap on ourselves. Okay, I had to take that limitation on my mind. I had to take the cap off, and I started speaking, saying, like Sundar said, speak positive. I started speaking, man, we are good at content. We can meet anybody. We can meet sharp couples. I mean, we'll find the sharpest person in the business, and we'll meet someone sharp. So I started speaking. Then I took the cap off. The best way to take the cap off your mind, limitations on your mind, is by speaking it. In fact, I was listening to a recent CD by Paul Miller. He was talking about Bill Bitt. Bill Bitt always comes and say, I have 80% success rates in my plans. Every time he says, I show plans, 80% of the people get started. Then Paul Miller went and asked Bill Bitt, do you really have 80% success rate? He said, yeah, I do, because I speak it. Whether he has it or not, he always goes with that attitude of speaking. He said, I'll have because I keep speaking about it. He didn't, even when he didn't have any success rate, he kept speaking, saying, I have 80% success rate. In fact, I say that I'll have 6 to 7 sign-ups in my 10 plans. Whether it happens or not, I keep my mind conditioned saying I'll have those many plans. Okay. So again, contacting, you have to understand. You got to speak saying I'll connect 2 people today. I'll make 2 new friends. Making 15 members, 40 members a week is not a big deal. So these are some of the things that's mindset creation, like John was saying, a knowledge. This is a mindset that you have to create the raw material, then the rest of the raw material is a piece of cake. If you build this raw material. So couple of things, right? Icebreakers. When I go out, okay, this is what I did initially. I was not good at contacting, meeting new people. I was very scared. So I used to go out in the places when I used to just smile at people. When I smile, they also smile back. My upline Swarup said, make five smiles a day. Go out, just a smile. Previously, I was not smiling at anybody. When I go to Walmart or any other place, university or anywhere, I just smile. If they smile back, great. Just by smiling. And if they smile back, after 1 week, what I did is I started saying, hey, doing some icebreaker which will change the business. Okay, so what are those icebreakers? Once you start the icebreaker, then you can start the conversation. So some of the icebreakers, okay, either you can do compliment something or give an opinion. Okay, so when I say compliment, John, can you come here once? Let's say I'm meeting, say John is in grocery store, do some shopping. I just go and hey, that's a nice t-shirt, where'd you buy?
I bought it from the people.
Okay, hey, that's a good brand. Was it really expensive?
Not really. No, I just got it on sale.
Oh, when did you get it? Thanksgiving or Christmas?
Thanksgiving.
Oh man, I missed the sale.
Black Friday.
Oh really? I mean, can I ask how much was it?
$10.
Wow, that's a good deal. My God. Man, I should have known you before. I should have got so many t-shirts. It's good actually. I was looking for some gifts. This would have been a good gift.
Yeah.
So, by the way, Murthy.
John.
What do you do?
I am a student at University of Houston.
Oh, that's great. University of Houston. In fact, I have a cousin of mine who is going to University of Houston. Which department are you in?
Biotechnology.
Biotech. Do you know anybody in engineering department?
Not really.
Okay, that's fine. But yeah, if we need some help in accommodation or finding where the dorms are and things like, can I get you, giving you a number?
Of course.
Okay. Thanks. That was nice of you to help me. Let me shoot my number. What's your number?
216.
So that's how you get a number. Pretty simple.
That was slick.
Yeah, exactly, right? It happens. It happens like that, right? So when you do it enough times, okay, you can. Let's say you're reading a book in a library. Hold that book. I just walk by, probably sneeze on it. You watch me as like, you don't have to sneeze. But hey, that's a good book. Is that John C. Maxwell's? Oh man, he's my. So you like his books? Oh, actually I love John C. Maxwell books.
Really?
Yeah. So, or if you are carrying, let's say, engineering books, or you are biomedical, right? Are you in biology? Okay, good. In fact, I was looking for somebody who is in biology major because I have a friend of mine who is looking for, trying to take some biology, pre-med courses or whatever. So I don't know. I'm an engineering guy, so I thought, is it okay if he contacts you to see? So, you see, these are some of the icebreakers. So it's pretty simple. Now you contact me. I'm actually in the grocery store. Let's say I'm buying some bread. Okay? How do you contact me? Throw some. Think of some ideas. I look good. I look sharp.
You look sharp. You look really sharp.
Which ways I'm tall, but yeah.
Wait, I don't know. But I just like. I like you too.
If you say that way, people might think something.
I don't know. I
think I'm buying some groceries.
I'm stuck. Just the way you did it was so smooth.
I want you to be smooth.
Like peanut butter. Okay, just. I don't know. I really don't know. This is like so awkward. I'm not doing it.
You're gonna do it in real too, so.
I know.
Your mom told me to teach you real place, so I have to teach you.
Okay, so you're shopping, but I just like, hi. My name's John. I just wanted to say that you have a nice shirt, and I was just curious where you got it from.
That's a good approach. Yeah, give it a round of applause. That's the first step. You actually thought about what to compliment me on, right? So that's a good step. So that's one thing. Of course, you don't have to say I'm John and make it professional.
Okay.
But I always say, hey, that's a nice shirt. Where did you buy it from?
Okay.
Rather than saying, or maybe nice shoes.
Okay.
I was exactly looking for the same shoes.
Okay.
Okay. Or if somebody is walking by, okay, let's say you're just walking by, hey, do you know where this Wolf Hall building is? Okay, whatever is the name of the buildings in. What buildings do you have in UFS? Tell me, give me one of them. Calling Hall. Do you know where Calling Hall is?
Yeah, it's like downstream around the corner.
Oh, okay. Goes by right or left or
Left. Okay. And then you make another left.
Okay.
And then right. And then
Oh, that's good. Because I was trying to look for it and I couldn't find it. So anyway, I try to ask the building which I'm not part of. I mean, I don't ask common things. Like say I'm an engineering building.
Okay.
I ask bio building to somebody else.
Okay.
If I'm in biology major, I ask somebody who's in engineering department building. Say, do you know where engineering building is? Okay. Or do you know where business building is?
Okay.
So something which you're not doing. Obviously, if you're studying biology, you cannot say I don't know my building, right? So those kind of things. Okay, pretty simple. So do you know where engineering building is? I'd say actually one of my friends was supposed to meet me there, so I was trying to, in 10 minutes, so I was planning to go there. So, oh, there, so you go to engineering? That's what I asked. If they say, no, I know engineering building, let's say, okay, I'm asking you for engineering building. Okay, where is the engineering building?
I mean, it's like to the left, to the right, downstairs, upstairs, and you're like.
I have to learn dancing, but yeah, that's good. Okay, good. Yeah, the reason is, I mean, I actually go to biology major, but one of my friends said we'll meet at engineering building in time. So, do you go to engineering? I mean, do you do engineering?
Of course, yeah.
You can be yourself.
I can be myself. Okay. Now I'm a biotechnology major, but the engineering building's right across the street from the other technology.
Okay. So, where do you live actually? Which dorms? Because I was looking for changing my dorms, apartments.
Okay.
Do you know any good apartments where I can stay?
Right now I live at CV2.
Is it good?
Yeah, it's good, but it's like the freshman dormitory. But if you want like, for the upperclassmen, bigger place is really nice.
Oh, is it? Okay. So when I'm talking, I'm also listening to you. Oh, is it? Okay. So that I can frame my next question.
Okay.
Okay. So, David, based on what you talk, if you say freshmen, so that means sophomores and whatever is the next one, like juniors and seniors cannot be there?
No.
Oh, man, you guys are lucky. Is it close to the campus?
Yeah, it's like right in the middle. It's like,
But any other idea? You have any other, I guess, where you think I can stay? I'm actually a sophomore, so do you know where I could have, what are the options I have?
There's like Moody Towers, but it's kind of gross.
Is it good? Oh, is it?
Not really. But then there's Bayou Oaks. It's a little, it's like 15 minutes from the student center.
I'll probably Google and find out. Anyway, nice meeting you. My name is Murthy.
My name is John.
Oh, John. So you live in Houston, or you're from Houston, or which city?
I'm from Cyprus, but it's like, pretty much Houston, yeah.
Yeah, anyway, that's nice meeting you. Let's keep in touch. We can probably keep in touch. Is there a number I can reach you? So, right, I mean, I'm just giving you some examples. So, very simple. Is it simple?
Yeah.
Okay. Now you should contact Neha. Come on.
Can you contact me? Yeah, can you contact me? Yeah, let's flip it, yeah.
First, you guys are students.
Okay.
Okay. And both, you don't know each other. You just, with your books or laptop walking on the street. It's not an Indian movie, but yeah. How do you probably, or maybe she's sitting in a coffee shop.
Okay.
You're also sitting or walking by. How would you contact her?
Go to the coffee shop?
Yeah.
I would ask her if she's drinking.
Oh, yeah, she's drinking. Drink.
Hi, I was curious. Oh, that looks really good. Could you tell me what it is?
It's a vanilla bean frap.
Really? Starbucks has some really good vanilla.
I know.
It's really, a little expensive, but
Vanilla bean is where it's at.
I don't know, but I'm just like asked, like,
Yeah, if you say vanilla bean, they'll give it to you.
Okay.
It's vanilla bean.
I don't know what to do.
Ask some question. Think of some question.
What's your major?
Oh, I'm a bio major.
Biotechnology? That's like basically the same thing.
Maybe coffee.
Then ask, like, what classes do you take right now? What class do you take right now?
Oh, I have farmer's biology.
I'm in farmer's biology too.
Yeah. Keep going until you get the number. How do you transition?
Okay, I got it. Okay, we're in the same biology class. Maybe we could have a study group together.
Yeah,
that'd be
for
super
sure.
cool. Yeah. Could I have your number so we can keep in contact?
Yeah.
There we go.
Then what do you say? After that, what do you say?
Then I would.
You expect her to give the number? So
Yeah.
the trick is always saying, "What's your number? Let me shoot my number."
Okay.
So you are giving your number rather than asking her number.
Okay.
Okay. If you ask their number, they might say sometimes, "It's okay. I will keep in touch." So if I say, hey, "Let me give my number to you,"
Okay.
you dial in their number, so then it's pretty simple. So now Neha, you're gonna contact her.
Oh yeah.
So you tell what scenario you're in, so that she can plan to. Maybe like doing network, maybe computer lab or something. You give the
7th floor of the library. No, 7th floor of CV1.
What are you doing?
I'm studying.
Okay, studying.
Yeah, we're studying. Yeah, like the first time we met each other.
In the group, it's difficult to contact one person.
So I'm alone.
Yeah, he's sitting alone.
I'm just chilling.
Putting his legs over and just reading.
Oh, hey, dude. Are you in Alice's calculus? I thought I saw you there. Do you have me for talk?
I think so. Yeah, I think.
Yeah.
That's a good approach. She directly jumped in and said, "Are you in calculus?" Either it can be yes or no. But let's say no. How do you do it?
No.
Let's say you're not in that class.
No, I have Rebecca George.
Oh, really? My bad. I really thought you looked like one of my friends. But you live on this floor?
Yes. Yes, I do. I live on this floor with a senior.
Okay, so you're a freshman, right?
Yes.
So, are you in? Oh, you have. Okay, you have the other teacher for calculus.
Yeah.
How is she? Is she good?
She's super funny. Is her name Becky George? So I just call her Becky.
Oh,
Thank
that's
you for
nice.
joining.
Yeah. So I have a couple friends in that class too, and a couple friends in that class. But we usually all like study together. Do you want to join us
Of
sometime?
course, yeah.
Okay, let me get your number.
Let me get your number. No.
Oh, no,
let
flip it.
Let me give you my number so I
Okay.
can contact you.
So then,
And in between, best way to start the conversation, hey, my name is Neha.
And I usually do that. Yeah.
No, you don't want to do that at the last.
Okay.
Obviously, you want to introduce yourself. That's
Okay.
when you once you tell your name, some kind of connection happens, right? It's like, oh, now they kind of friendly combination because you told your names. Once you tell the name, they'll also tell the name. Shake hand means a connection, kind of. I mean, it's a mind is automatically prepared, saying, oh, we know each other now.
Okay.
So I give a shake hand saying Murthy with a smile. They also smile and tell their name. So whatever you do, they actually do it. If you say Murthy, they'll also say, hey man, I'm John. If I say hey Murthy, they'll also kind of bend and they try to imitate what we do. If we smile and give shake hand, they also smile and give most of the times. So your attitude is what defines their attitude too. So try to make the conversation smiley, talk some conversation, don't give a break. See, when you keep doing it, you become good at it. Okay? So yeah, give a big round of applause to both. So compliment your opinion. Or if you're daring enough like Neha, you can jump in to say, hey man, I know you. Hey, we did meet you somewhere. I sometimes say, are you from UTA? I'm like, no. In fact, UTA is like masters. They ask the same question, what is UTA? So, hey, are you from UTA? Sometimes if they're walking in the, let's say you're walking in the grocery store.
Okay. I'll be tough one.
I'll be the yeah.
I'll be tough one.
I'll try to the grocery store. If you stop one. Sorry. Who is the tough one? So anyway, just keep going. That's something my upline has done. So anyway, you can just say, hey, Santosh. I can say Santosh. Oh, I'm sorry, I thought you were Santosh. I'm really sorry.
After that, I'm in submission mode. Oh, what do you want? Number?
If
I meet him outside, I'll give my credit card also.
Sorry, I thought it was Santosh. I'm really sorry. I mean, I didn't know because I thought you were my.
It's okay, you've got strong hands.
My bad, I feel really sorry. But anyway, Mukti.
You go to gym, man. You have a strong arms.
I mean, that guy was a very close friend. I was surprised he was in Dallas. I thought he came to Houston. He comes to Houston often. So I thought it was you, and I mean, I think he has similar shirt also, but sorry, I kind of smiled, you know what? But anyway, sorry, you live in this area?
No, I'm visiting actually.
Oh, where are you from?
I'm from Chicago.
Oh, nice. So you're enjoying the warm weather. I mean, Chicago is cold.
This was freezing last week actually. It's the same thing.
Yeah, but of course, compared to Chicago is freezing, right? You know? Here we see one, a couple of snowflakes will get excited. I know Chicago for weeks not yet. In fact, one of my friends actually, at his mailbox, he fell down in the bird. He kind of hurt his hand. So I have a friend by name Shoban actually. Shoban Samoria. So I mean, he lives in Calgary. So he went to the mailbox opening. He didn't see the ice. He actually fell and slid and he torn his shirt and kind of burned. I mean, kind of broken his, almost close breaking his hand. Yeah, I know. Poor guy, I mean, he's been struggling for the last 3 days. He went to emergency also. I can tell my stories, right? To keep him engaged. I'm keeping him engaged. Oh yeah, I mean, we're not used to snow, right? So it's kind of, you work in IT or?
No, I'm in medical.
Oh man, that's great. I mean, most of the Indians are in IT. Very rarely you find.
I have an interview tomorrow.
Oh, then you need to go. Anyway, I have a lot of medical friends actually. Where do you have interview?
Well.
Actually, I know some people. So, I can connect them to you.
Maybe
give
the
my
he's
number.
the interviewer also.
Let me give me my number. What's your number?
Sure. Yeah.
If he doesn't give the number, I say no problem. I mean, let him come. It's no big deal. Right? So, thank you, Prakash. Give me a round of applause. Being a good audience, but also being a good, taking the. So, two things, right? Compliment and opinion. If you can compliment someone or opinion. If somebody is buying groceries, or maybe a bread or something, if somebody picked up a corn bread, corn tortillas, I ask them, is corn tortilla better than flour tortilla? Or if they take wheat bread, I ask them, I know wheat is better than white. But it's a dumb question. I always say, is wheat is better than white? Say, I don't know. Everybody says it, so I kind of. If he smilingly says it, I continue the conversation. If he just, I don't know, man, and just walks away, say, okay, that's fine. I also walk away. Right? So it's if you don't take it to your heart, honestly, it's a business. If you want to take it as a business, it's pretty simple. So opinion and opinion can be 100 things. I used to ask initially when I was new in the place. I say, I'm new to the place. Is there a good Indian restaurant? Somebody told me you can Google it. I said, I Googled actually, I saw a couple of options, but I don't know which restaurant is good. So I'm also prepared for that. Right? I mean, first time I was not. I was like, oh yeah, that's a good idea, and we kind of walked off. Then next time, because I did that, next time I'm like, what should I say if somebody says that, right? After a certain time, you become very sleek. Because you have to do it enough. It only comes with practice. Next time I'm like, oh, I looked at a lot of reviews, but again, I would rather take opinion of somebody who actually been here and had the food than any South Indian foods. I mean, some kind of question. I used to ask somebody like, hey, is there a temple close by? So same thing, Google it or whatever. And most of the time people say, yeah, there is this temple, this temple. I mean, of course, I go to temples, so I ask them. So these kind of things, opinions, right? Asking information. Okay, that's one way. Compliments is awesome. I like, hey, nice watch. Where did you buy? Okay. Oh, that's if I say Decca, so I mean that's kind of something. Hey, what is Decca? Is that the school, whatever that leadership program? I have one of my friend by name. My friend's daughter Neha. She is actually in Decca too. So I try to relate. If I see some 15 number or something, I say, hey, do you watch whatever the football, Astros or whatever it is, right? Try to connect them. Okay, connect people and get the conversation. Okay. So those are the things. I mean, in fact, even in your class, you can get numbers in different ways. If you see classified, when I was in university, they used to have this car sales and all those things with classified, all these tabs that you can. I don't know if you have. If there's a car for sale, there's a classified board where they post all these things. I used to take the number and call them and say, I'm actually looking for a car. I was not looking for a car. I used to just say, I'm looking for a car. What car is it? When can I see it? Maybe I'll just go sometime if it's close by, go see the car, make a shake hand, keep the number and say, I'm looking for my cousin, and at the end of it, I might say he's not looking. But I still call them after a couple of weeks and say, of course, I met you other day, I wanted to see if you're open-minded, right? So in many ways. If you're looking for people, you will find people. Okay? It's all about every number. Everywhere I go, I'm looking for how to get numbers. Right? All you need is 6 legs. 3 legs initially. If you get 3 legs out of all these contacting and all those things, it's a piece of cake. But before I wrap up, I want to invite Nitin and Pedro for 2 minutes. If you can quickly talk on a couple of. In fact, they got 11 numbers just in one day. 11 numbers, right? 11 numbers just in one day. Okay? John, you're thinking, how can I make one new friend? Think about them making 11 new friends in a day. If you can quickly come and talk about what kind of icebreakers you guys use to get so many members. Okay, very proud of both of them and with the kids, and it's not easy, but again, very proud. With that, help me invite Nitin and Pratibha.
Awesome. Thank you, Murthy, for the opportunity. And Nitin and Pratibha proudly sponsored in business personality for Prakash and coached and guided by Mukesh Shiredi and Prakash. So usually when we go in the weekends, we try to cover or try to contact people on the weekend, because weekdays it's very difficult for us to go out and talk to people and do the contact.
But what are the icebreakers you use?
So mostly the icebreakers normally we use is like Murthy already covered about that. You can compliment to the people, or you can seek suggestions from the people. So sometimes, whenever we go to any person, we can see he's buying some stuff. So I can ask them which kind of brand is good for that. Like they're buying bread,
I can ask you that whether this Kroger brand bread is good or it's the packaged one which they're selling is good. If they're saying about the packaged one, we can say which brand is good. So that way you can connect with them. Or otherwise you can connect with them according to their appearance. You can say you're looking very sharp. Are you a student or you're working somewhere? Or you're coming from office or you're coming from college? That you can talk about. Or you can talk about from which place they belong. So like, are you from India or you are from maybe so and so country? That is another way to connect. And if you found if you doesn't your mind doesn't click that time, what kind of what I say, you can talk about the weather also. The Houston weather is not good nowadays. What do you think about that? Or maybe you can talk to tell the person, oh, it looks your face looks quite familiar to one of my friends. So you can another way of connecting. So kind of a small icebreaker. So let me invite my wife Pratibha to talk.
Yeah, especially from ladies' point of view, if a lady is also there, means if a couple is there together, by the time Nitin connects with the guy, I'll try to connect with the lady. And especially if kids play a major role, they sometimes they are troubling also, but sometimes there is always benefit also of having kids. You can connect, especially when the couple is also having kids. No, because you can't change, so make use of whatever you have. And this time though, we gave goal also to you also that you have to connect, you have to help us to connect to people, and we have to do 5-5. And yeah, Nitin covered most of the points. And what I especially did this time, that in the same area we were different, means we were separate, and I tried to connect with whatever ladies or single girls were there, and so that you can make a better use of time.
Awesome, great.
Like Nitin mentioned, geographical areas, place, means if you connect geographically, it means you can connect to at any level, whether it's a country level, state or city, any level, area. So it's a wonderful icebreaker to connect geographically. And one CD, I will tell that it really means now that is the mantra I have in my mind, that recently Chuck and Uma, they shared that if you are not sharing this opportunity with as many people as you can, you are doing injustice.
One more thing I just want to add, like if you're already in the mindset, you're having a certain confidence level of talking to people, then it will be very easy to talk to people. Your mind clicks what you need to say about that time. So that's it.
Yeah, because you are not spreading any disease by shaking a hand.
But initially you also had to struggle getting
behind.
Yes.
And keeping a goal is always helpful, because this time we decided that we have to do, because Saturday we were not able to do as many weekends, so it was fixed that we have to make it 40.
Awesome. Anyway, I know we already took a lot of time because I know Neha and John did a very good roleplay. That's why it went longer. But so, John, I know you had when you had were talking, there were some questions on how do I continue my conversation, right? This is what we can easily follow. Form, FORM, family, occupation, recreation, message. We can talk about their family. Hey, so you live here. What do you guys do and what do your parents do, kind of stuff. And occupation, are you a student, what do you study, what do you do work, where do you work, and recreation is what do you like to do in the weekends and weekdays usually. I mean, if they like tennis or watching something, you can connect at that level. Then you can send a message, leave a message saying, you can always say, hey Nike, let's keep in touch, or you can also give a message saying, you know what, I actually connected with some very successful business owners, and we're actually looking for some expansion of the business, and we're looking for students too. Maybe I can see, I can suggest your name to one of my associates, maybe because they're looking for some positions and there's some open positions, so we can probably connect with them and get their numbers. So that's somehow you can keep the conversation going. I'm the occupation recreation. With that, we're done and back to our phenomenal host.
Wow, that was a lot of worth of information by Mukti and Sridevi. It was the first time hearing from best of the best trainings with the best of the best speakers. Thank you, Shobhan and Sumita, for opening the doors. Thank you for serving every time for the pace. With that, snacks are there at the
So that day when he that day when he record, right? He said he was careful. He didn't say that he went down.
Because I was going out after that day, right? You know, how time only walking. And there's some ice. I could see grass, but I could not see concrete, right? Man, so many hours. And I fell on the concrete with stones and all. And luckily my hand was there, my face did not got and I was telling Murthy, we are adult, right? First of all, I think that nobody has been there. Then, oh my
One was no parking. Parking the last floor is uptown. Okay, now like was going to drive all the way. And the last floor there was ice on the ramp. So the car. The car is stuck. It's not coming back. You press the accelerator. Nothing. I'm like, I'm putting the accelerator and doing something with the steering. The car is turning. That's bad. So somehow I got it. And then you slept also, right? I got down. I thought, let's see what happens.
Like the
That's all.
It was so fun. I need to work on my otherwise you have to Please, John. All the best. Farhad is trying to follow you. He's shaved off all good man. Hey John, you did awesome. Now you can get some numbers.
Yes.
Practice. Let's see who will get more numbers next week. Should I have a call this Friday to next Friday? I don't know, 2 numbers, 5 numbers, doesn't matter. Between you both is a competition, let's see. Starting now from tomorrow or tonight to next Friday base meeting. Don't tell him how many numbers you got.
Not the one you got already.
Yeah. It's completely new number. If you know that you didn't have number, that's fine. You can still contact and get the number. Maybe if you know high five, but if you didn't have the number, then get the number. But you can ask for suggestion how to contact. You both can discuss. But don't tell how many numbers you got. Next Friday we have it. We're going to surprise you with some gift. Whoever gets more numbers.
Vitamins?
I told my little brother, he was like,
Yeah.
I'll describe my dad.
I like this.
I used to do that. I used to do I never posted it, but I post the match.
push this up, I don't know. So all the some people know them at that point. Oh, okay. No, good morning, really.
Oh, thank you.
I just took the wrong guy. I used to give that free.
No, he should not have give you indication that I'll be tough. I got to meet you.
Otherwise he talks like this. He talks like this, all people like this. What's going on?
How much time was you had to drive on the road? 3 hours.
3 hours, 11 hours? See, he got 11 numbers in 3 hours.
Together.
Initially, half an hour, I couldn't able to get any number. I was thinking I couldn't able to get the same number. I went alone, and I called Pratima. I couldn't find nobody there. I started coming. Pratima told contact just say hi and come back. When I contacted, immediately I got 2 numbers in 15 minutes. Then I am also coming there. She just entered and she contacted one lady and she wanted to get number. Then they started. Not in Boston.
Tomorrow you're in Chicago? No. Anybody in Chicago? Just tell him that
I'll be around South Pool and Farmington, these 2 areas mostly. But yeah, anything, I might go to Troy also. So if you have somebody South Pool and Farmington.
But let me know where it is. It's close by. All
Everybody got?
See my senior associates coming.
More? Everybody got?
I have one more.
Ira, you want? Ira?
Ira.
Downline, retail 130 PV.
Yeah, that is the old one.
Yes.